run into lots and lots of times when if what you are thinking about is not the conventional thing. And more than people appreciating, you would have people with their negative comments, with their worries, with their commentaries, which would do more harm than actually any benefit. So today we have with us a lady who thought of getting into something that was really niche at the time when she started off with it. She did come across lots of challenges, but at the end of the day, her passion and her sincerity and her hard work and zeal to make things work ensured that she surmounted each and every obstacle or impediment that she was coming across. Please welcome with me Miss Bia Sandhu from Pathway Image Consulting, who has been changing a lot of perceptions and also helping to change a lot of perceptions for all her clients. Please welcome with me Bia Sandhu once again. Hey, hi Bia, how are you?
I'm very well, Nupur. How are you?
Doing very well, thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much for your time. I'm really pleased to have your presence with us today. And I'm sure at the end of today's show, we would get to learn more about Bia Sandhu and also the different choices in your career and life that you've been making. And I'm sure the viewers would love to know a different perspective and an angle to life. So without further ado, why don't we get it started? So Bia, let's begin by knowing a bit more about you. Maybe a quick introduction about yourself. I think that would help glue the audience together for our show today.
So Nupur, I hail from Punjab, originally from Pakistan, from Punjab now, which was Pakistan earlier. And being an army brat, grew up all over the country, literally from north to south to east to west. I had the pleasure of growing up in different parts of the country. And then I finally finished my schooling from St. Bede's College, Simla. I went to a boarding school there for 2 years. And thereafter, I finished my graduation from Jesus and Mary College, Delhi University in Delhi. And then I was lucky enough straight away while I was in third year of college to get a job with a leading international airline. At the age of 20, I started working. So yes, that's a little bit about me.
So you mentioned you come from an army background. That's impressive. And what I know about is army, the entire ambience is pretty disciplined and you need to be particular, whether it is mannerism, whether it's your entire demeanor, the way you move. So tell us something about that.
So yes, I was actually very lucky because I spent the first 30 years of my life in the army. My dad retired as the deputy chief of the Indian Army. And I actually am very proud of my legacy in the Indian Army because all, my uncles to my grandfathers, my paternal and maternal were both involved with the Second World War, with the Pakistan War. And our family as such has contributed a lot to the Indian Army. So very proud of my legacy for that. But yes, we did have a few challenges growing up. My father, for the first 15 years of our lives, was always in, back of beyond places. We would only see him during our summer holidays or twice a year when he would come home for twice a year. So pretty much grew up with our mom and grandparents. Dad would come and go. Then, of course, when dad grew over his rank, with a period of time, started seeing more of him, started enjoying the perks of the army. But yes, challenges, again, another big challenge was that, it really gives you a very diversified perspective to life, that you travel around so much. Every 2 years, you are getting up, literally packing up everything and moving. So we had to change schools, we had to change friends every 2 years, my sister and I, which was a bit of a struggle. But today I feel it actually has taught me so much. It's made me so flexible. It's made me so approachable. I can talk to anybody because I've grown up with people from such diversified, cultures and backgrounds. I have grown up eating in 5 stars to literally dhabas to, very, very simple places. So that really has taught me a lot. It's basically taught me to be very, very flexible. I can deal with any situation, all kinds of people so much more easily, I feel. So yeah, the army, I'm really grateful to the army that it has, and of course me getting into my profession today, again, because the army taught me so much when I was growing up, from grooming, the excellent grooming you would see of the army officers' wives, their coffee mornings and their dining, and the way they used to cook. There is so much I picked up while I was growing up. So yes, it's been a really, really enriching sort of a journey being a part of the army.
No, that I can actually agree to, because even though we see the armed forces, I won't specifically call it only for army, but yes, overall the armed forces, anybody that you meet or come across, they all are like, wow. And to a great extent, it is definitely about the emphasis on the overall grooming and the personality of the individual that they lay on.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
I can totally understand that. Really nice. So, yeah, since we're talking about your initial years and your schooling, etc., what I know is that you initially did pursue your higher studies in psychology, and then you moved and like you transitioned into a career with one of the leading airlines in the world. So, what triggered that particular change?
So believe it or not, Nupur, I actually wanted to become a criminal psychologist. That's what I planned when I was in high school. I actually started psychology in 11th and 12th. I did really well. I topped my school and my Himachal board in St. Bede's in my batch. And then when I graduated in psychology as well, all 3 years, I topped my school. I was 10th in Delhi University. So I was doing very well in psychology. And I even got a scholarship, a partial scholarship in Bath University. And I had full plans of going. But then, like they say, that God never sends you an email. He just sends you opportunities. And I just got this opportunity from while I was in third year of college, while I was still giving my final exams. There was an advertisement that came out for this airline, this very one of the biggest airlines in international airlines in India. And I just went for the heck of it, because I actually thought I'd never get through. But when I actually did, it came as a real pleasant surprise. And when you are given that opportunity at the age of 20, when you know that you've kind of done well in your studies all your life, literally, and then you're getting this really good opportunity to be a part of a big airline, working with their customer service team. It was a very, very big sort of I did give in. And I honestly have no regrets, because I enjoyed studying psychology while I did. But today I feel it helps me a lot, because I studied it for 5 years. It helps me understand people. When I joined my airline, I had to work with all kinds of different people every day. And because I had studied psychology in depth, I thought it really did help me understand people better. It, like I said, helped me deal with situations better. And even today, the profession that I'm in, it involves a lot of, interaction with people. And I think it did me really good. And you never know, I might just get back to psychology someday. And, I'm never say never. You never know, I might just get back to it one fine day. But it has, yes, the transition was, I would say, very different initially, because I was a lot into my studies, all of that, and then suddenly to start working at that age, and then I started flying after that, started traveling all over the world. So I think I enjoyed both the experiences thoroughly, and I think everything has a place in your life. And psychology, those 5 years that I studied, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And after that, when this phase of life happened, I thoroughly enjoyed. I'm still enjoying that as well. So yes, the transition was a bit unplanned, I would say, but it's been a very smooth ride. It's been really, really good. And each phase in my life has actually helped me get into the next phase of my life. So I think that's been brilliant.
Lovely. So, Via, tell me one thing. How did Parfait Image Consulting come about? Like, when did it start? What was the motivation behind starting off with this particular endeavor of yours?
So Parfait Image Consulting, Nupur, started in 2015. I moved to Bangalore in 2014 from Delhi. And that's how I decided to do this course in image consulting. To be very honest, the reason I started this is because I didn't know anybody. And I'm a very people's person. And I said, I can't just sit at home and not do anything. And by that time, I was already part-time with the airline that I was working for. So I had a lot of time, spare time on my hands. And I decided to, go ahead with this. So Parfait Image Consulting, actually, you could say kind of happened by sheer fluke. But God has been really kind, because it took off really well when I started in 2015. And today, we are transforming physical presence into personal presence. We are actually providing corporate solutions. We are providing image makeovers. We are actually a one-stop shop for a lot of things, like, we do corporate trainings, we do image management, we have actual tailored in-house trainings for beauty pageant coaching, styling, grooming. So we actually, have a lot of things that we are doing at the moment, lots of things that came about. And we have a tagline as well, which says that life gives you beautiful stories and we help make yours better. So we live with that tagline like literally every day, because everybody's story is beautiful. But we at Parfait Image Consulting help you make your story more beautiful every day with the best possible version that we can. So in a nutshell, that is what Parfait Image Consulting is all about. And yes, it's been my little baby for the last 6 years now, and it's a one-man army. I've been running the show on my own for the last 6 years now. And I love every bit of it. I'm enjoying every bit of it.
No, that definitely sounds really interesting, Pia, because the various aspects, I would say, you're trying to so I would say you're trying to touch upon the entire 360-degree aspect related to one's personality. So, Pia, as you mentioned, this was a new industry, or I would say a new thing that you were trying to get into. And you, as such, did not have a lot of prior knowledge with regard to this. So, tell us something about the research or the preparation you did, because just starting off something does require some homework. So tell us something about that.
So Nupur, when I started this course in 2014, it was a very niche, sort of a course which had just come into India. I think it had barely been about a year when it had come into India. So I was very lucky that way that I got into it at the right time, at the right place. And of course, I did a lot of, because it involved a lot of money. So it's not a cheap course to do. It is expensive. So once, I figured out what it entails. And of course, the course does take a long time, because I actually took the full business program, which involves, image management. I did image consulting, I did soft skills, and I did train the trainer. So I actually did the whole 360-degree course. And I also had the opportunity to, I was given the opportunity to work with, so I did from ICBI, which is one of the top institutes for, image management in India. And the good part is that if you do the business program with them, then they are even happy to take you on as a trainer after you pass their assessments. So I never could do that because I already had a full-time job on the side. But, it's just that I did do a lot of research, obviously, because I was spending a lot of money. And, I did talk to a lot of people who had already done the course. And once I was satisfied and I knew, and somehow when I, spoke to so many people, I knew this is something which would work brilliantly for me, because, with my experience of being in the airline industry, in the customer service, grooming and, etiquette and dealing with people kind of becomes second nature to us. You learn how to deal with it very naturally and confidently. So this was just an extension of what I had actually practically done in the last so many years. And now when I knew that after doing this course, I would definitely be able to do justice to it. So yes, I did do a lot of research. I did, in fact, as we speak, I'm still training to upskill myself further. So that's why I said, you never know if I get back to psychology, you never know, because I'm, enjoying upskilling myself at the moment. So yeah, so I did do a lot of training, and I'm so glad that I took on this opportunity. Like I said, opportunities knock on your door just once, and it's for you to grab them or not grab them. And that's what kind of changes your whole course of life.
Agreed. And you started from a phase where nobody knew about it, and now you are flourishing. So, let's say it this way, how has been the journey? If you look back, okay, these have been my 7 years. Is there something that you would like to share? And also, I would really love to know about Parfait. Where does it stand today?
Oh, it's been a beautiful journey, Nupur. It's been absolutely beautiful. Unexpectedly, when I started Parfait Image Consulting, like I said, it happened by fluke because I just wanted to meet people. I wanted to be with people. Literally, that's how it started. But once I got into it, I never knew this competitive streak inside me till I started Parfait Image Consulting, and I became extremely competitive. And of course, God was very kind. I got the right opportunities, like I said, at the right time. And Parfait's been, touch wood today as a brand in the image world. If you talk about the corporate world, if you talk about the fashion industry, the beauty pageant industry, I think Parfait Image Consulting has really become a name to reckon with. It's a name which has a lot of recognition. A lot of people know about this brand. And sometimes I get so happy, when, for example, in Bangalore, if I go out and people walk up to me and they say that, oh, you are the one who's from Parfait Image Consulting, and you're the one who did this pageant. And it really gives me a lot of happiness and satisfaction when people walk up to you, and not for any other reason, but because they know my brand, So that makes a lot of, gives me immense gratification, gives me a lot of happiness, a lot of satisfaction. But like I said, it's been a very tough journey initially. It was a lot of hard work. It still is a lot of hard work. But I think the key is you just have to be consistent. You have to be, just being competitive. Again, I would not say cutthroat competition, but today you have to come up with new ideas. You have to do something different all the time. So I realized whatever you do, consistency is the key, but then you also have to keep coming up with new ideas. And I think I'm loving that, because till I was not, until I didn't have Parfait, it was all very simple, basic, do your job, come back home, look after your kids, be a good homemaker, go back to work. But today I'm constantly thinking, I'm constantly, trying to break the barriers, trying to come up with new ideas. And I think that is what really kind of worked for Parfait Image Consulting. And yes, I'm very proud of the fact that, Parfait has won a lot of awards for being, for contributing to women empowerment, for contributing to the image consulting world, for contributing to the fashion world. So, you really are happy when your work is appreciated and looked up upon. I have a lot of budding, aspiring image consultants who actually get in touch with me and say that, can we work with you as,
nice.
Your assistant, because we want to learn from you, because we want to see how you've achieved so much in so little time, and we want to be a part of your journey to see how we can learn from you. So those little things really do make me feel very happy, very proud. And yes, it's been so. Yeah, Parfait Image Consulting's journey has been fantastic. I would like to, if I have time, I would like to talk about a particular pageant that, since you did ask me, if I can talk about a particular episode. So there's this one particular pageant that have been associated with as the national director for India for the last 3 years now. Of course, last year did not happen because of the pandemic, but before that, I have been associated with them. And this pageant is called Miss Progress International. It happens in Italy every year.
Oh, okay.
And, so as a national director, my job is to find a girl from India who's between the age of 18 to 28 and who's not. So what I love about this pageant is that it's not just about looks. It's about, the intelligence, the overall personality of the girl. So with this pageant, my job as a national director is to find the woman in the first place who I feel is capable enough of representing her country in Italy for Miss Progress International. And then if she can actually, so they give you projects, they give you a project which you need to do, and they give you a topic. It could be environment, it could be health, it could be cultural integration. So depending on what topic you get, you need to present your project while you're in Italy, and the best project actually wins a money prize. And then you have to go back to your country and you have to, work on it with the money that you've got, and you've got to show them how you've transformed or changed your country through the project that you had in mind. It's a very interesting concept. And why I'm mentioning this is because for me, I feel it's a very, very important role as a national director to find that right person, who is going to be representing your country at that level, at an international level, at an international platform where you've got 40 other women coming from 40 different countries.
Oh, lovely, lovely. So Pia, tell me, I'm really happy to hear that despite all odds, you finally reached a platform, or I would say you finally reached a level wherein your organization is getting recognized. People are able to understand, people are approaching and appreciating things that you've been doing and you are doing. But I'm sure there would have been a lot of obstacles, or if not obstacle, impediments along the way, right? So, because I personally feel that it's very rarely that you have luck surmounting all the possible obstacles for you. And eventually it becomes your dedication, sincerity, and hard work that ensures that you actually reach the destination. So
Yes.
I would really love you to share some of those aspects with the viewers, because I would like them to even know that while you were able to traverse that journey from nowhere to really a platform where everybody knows you today, but yes, also share that, okay, it wasn't that easy a task.
So like I said, Nupur, it has been a brilliant journey. I would say overall, if you look at the last 6-7 years of my life, it has changed immensely. So let me put it this way. Okay, so I was a very, very confident person when I was talking to someone. So this is another reason, yes, why I did start Parfait Image Consulting. Of course, being a people person is one of them. Another big thing was that I was very, very, okay talking to somebody on a one-on-one level. But the minute I had to get onto a public speaking platform, I would start shivering and quivering, and I would start sweating, and I'd be very, very nervous. It was like the biggest challenge for me. And I decided to overcome this challenge. And that's one of the main reasons why I decided to go ahead with this, because I knew when I do this course, I would be into training, I would be, dealing with people. And today my job is only about, social platforms or public platforms, or talking to students, like a big 50-60 lot of students at the same time, corporate trainings, pageant grooming trainings. So today it's become, I can't believe it that 6 years ago, I was the same person who used to, I still remember the first training that I did for the CEOs, the top management of Dell. It was a nightmare for me because I was so nervous. And, it was all men, believe it or not. And there was just one lady in that particular training session. And it happened at the Taj West End, long time back, about 6 years ago. But I know how I went through that 1 hour of the training, because it was my first official corporate training, and I was really nervous. But how over the years, I think the first thing, if you ask me, like you said, practice. The more you practice, the better you become at whatever you're doing. So that is something that has really, worked on my personal branding as such. today I don't even think before I talk, you know, it's become like second nature to me.
So moving forward, Pia, why don't you share with us, if you can, because I know you just mentioned that you prefer keeping things a bit under the cover. But if you can, we would love to know about the future plans of Parfait Image Consulting and where do you wish to take it forward to?
Oh, wow. So I've got lots of plans for Parfait Image Consulting. First of all, I want to build a big team that can help me, because I'm at the moment doing everything on my own, and sometimes I just get super exhausted. So I think I definitely need to grow my team. That's A. And once I do that, I definitely do want to, that's my dream, to open a grooming school of my own. And more to help, you know, girls who are from very backward places, who haven't had the exposure, who haven't had the opportunity to bring out the best versions of themselves, only because they've never been exposed to a situation. So I want to open up a grooming school where, you know, I can not just get the rich and the famous, but, you know, people who are well deserving, who have the talent, you know, to bring out the best version of themselves. So yeah, in the next few years, that is maybe my 5-year plan. I do want to come up with a grooming institute of mine.
And I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and I really want to see that happen sooner than even 5 years. So good luck on that one.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So we will look forward. We've spoken about your journey. We've spoken about how you've been overcoming each and every challenge of yours. Or actually, one thing I would like to know, that are you still flying with any of the airlines even today?
Yes, I am, Nopur. I've been with this particular airline. Like I said, I joined this leading international airline at the age of 20. And I've been with them for 22 years now. So that kind of discloses my age as well. But I am still flying with them, and I have no intentions of leaving, because flying has been my first love. And it has given me so much, you know. Today I am what I am because of the first 30 years of my life. Like I was saying, every phase has helped me get into another phase. The first 30 years of my life helped me get into the airline industry at a very young age. And, you know, which I know at that time, a lot of girls were aspiring to. I remember there were 13,000 applicants when we applied, and there were only 6 of us who got selected out of those 13,000 people. So, you know, it was a real privilege at that time. And today, I still work with the same airline. And like I said, I've learned so much, you know, they've taught me so much. I've been exposed to different cultures, different people. I've traveled so much. I've seen the world thanks to them. And I think traveling for me is the best form of education. The kind of things you can learn through traveling, you cannot even learn through a book. So, yeah, so I keep telling my children the same thing, that travel as much as you can. Of course, it's a wrong thing to say at the moment, because, you know, that's something which is a bit of a concern right now. But when things do get back to normal, I would love to get back to my traveling. And yes, I'm very much still with them, and I love being with them, and I have all intentions of staying with them. The reason being, like I said, I've learned a lot from them. They've taught me so much. And I also enjoy, because, you know, when I travel, it gives me my me time. I step away from all the hustle bustle at home, at my work with Parfait Image Consulting. So for me, when I'm traveling, it's my me time to kind of just, you know, spend with myself and do my shopping. And, you know, it's like you're, you know, you're kind of relaxing yourself. So,
I can understand that totally. I think it's something that helps us to rejuvenate and focus only on ourselves, so that when we are back to our households, we can then have the family time. Because
absolutely. And then I look forward to it. When I come back, I'm, you know, looking forward to seeing my kids, my husband, talking to my parents, my sister, everybody. So I really kind of look forward to that when I come back. But I do enjoy my me time while I'm away for those few days. I really look forward to that as well.
So, while we've spoken about the entire journey you've been through, the ups and downs, and how you've actually come out of it victorious, since we're talking about image consulting, right? This is a very novel concept, at least in the Indian scenario, right? So, and the moment you're talking about grooming, automatically it gets categorized with a particular gender or a particular industry, like maybe fashion industry or things like that. So, did you come across any of those type of challenges when you were starting off? I know one of your first clients was a male, and one of your first training was with Dell. But I'm sure you would have had situations where you were supposed to make them understand the importance of grooming, irrespective of the industry or the gender. So tell me something about that.
So surprisingly, Nupur, I have had a mix of everybody, every gender, in terms of, like I mentioned, the first, paid client that I ever had was for my individual consultation, was a male client. He was the CEO of a big company. And, of course, like I said, I had to convince him quite a bit, but then finally he did give in and he was my first client. And even for my corporate sessions, the first corporate session that I took was for Dell at the Taj West End way back 6 years ago. And there were about 25 people in there. And out of those 25 people, 24 were men, and there was only one lady sitting there. So I still remember, because it was one of my first few sessions, I was constantly looking at her for emotional support, but all the men were really sweet as well. They were all very, very nice. And thereafter, even for my individual consultations, whenever I get a call, when people call me for inquiring about individual consultations, most of the calls, if I compare, there are more male clients that I get compared to female clients. I don't know,
Wow.
whether, because they obviously go through your profile and all of that before they call you. But I've always somehow had, maybe it's because what my understanding is that, all these businesses which are handled in India, even today, are handled more by men than women. Women are more today in the corporate field, but businesses that run, like small scale industries, those CEOs are still men. So, they are looking at image makeovers. They are looking at, I recently got a call from someone from Delhi who has an export business, and he's looking at traveling to Bangalore to, have an individual consultation with me. So like that, I do have a lot of men who kind of get in touch. Not to say I don't deal with women. In the corporate field, I would say it's a complete mix of, when I have my sessions in the corporate trainings, I will always see women show more interest. They always ask more questions. But there are men who are, kind of attending your session as well. But yes, in the corporate sessions, I would say the females definitely show more interest. Speaking of which, I have also had transgenders that I've dealt with, I've had some transgenders who've called me for image consulting, for communication skills. Yeah. So I love the way their community is growing as well, and the way they are growing, in terms of coming forward with work and all of that, which is great. So I've had a lot of them calling me as well for individual consultations. And it's been a complete mix for me, and it's been a great, great journey. I think it's been great dealing with, different kinds of people.
That's nice. So Bia, unfortunately, we are moving towards the end of the conversation. And trust me when I say this, it's been a lovely chat with you. So as we move towards the end, I would really like you to share maybe a parting message for all my viewers. Something from your life, something from your profession that these guys can take a note of.
I think my parting message to everybody would be always believe in yourself, because initially I didn't. And when I did start believing in myself, I excelled in whatever I did. So the most important thing is to believe in yourself. Don't let anybody bring you down. Don't let people, because there are lots of people, when you start doing well, a lot of people will try and bring you down. Just stay focused on doing your work and carry on doing the good job that you're doing.
Mm.
There are certain factors you need to ignore and just carry on doing what you're doing. And just be consistent, hard work, dedication. If you have all these things instilled in you, you are bound to do well. You're bound to excel in whatever you do, and follow your passion. I think the most important thing is to follow your passion. I am so passionate about what I do today, and I think that makes it so much easier for me. It doesn't feel like work. I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. So I think that makes it so much easier. And yes, and stay healthy and stay stylish and keep shining, everyone.
Thank you so much, Bia. That was really a wonderful message. And I think you've already covered that I could have thought of. So thank you so much once again. And thank you to the lovely viewers we have today. I will be sharing all the details regarding Parfait Image Consulting in the description below, and also about that pageant Bia mentioned. So
yes, please do. That would be really nice. Thank you.
Yeah. So all of you who are interested to know more about it, please feel free to browse through. And yes, thank you once again, Bia, for joining That's My Story and giving us this opportunity to cover the journey of both Bia Sandhu and Parfait Consulting. So thank you once again. And I really am rooting for the success of Parfait Image Consulting in the future, and looking forward to that school you mentioned.
Thank you so much, Nupur. It's been a real pleasure. I've enjoyed being a part of this, really enjoyed every minute. And before we say bye, I would just like to tell everyone to please follow my social media pages on Facebook and Instagram, Bia Sandhu Taneja and Parfait Image Consulting. I would really appreciate that, because every week I come up with a free grooming tip, a free styling tip. So anybody who's going to be following me is going to get that. So thank you so much. Love being part of this.
Thank you so much, Bia.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Nupur. Thanks.